Hey guys, in this video I'll be doing my video where I talk about the Wooting 6HE, the Apex Pro Mini, and the Razer Huntsman 53 Pro Mini. All of these keyboards are used by a lot of pros. I mean, not a lot of pros prefer 60% keyboards, but personally I go between 60%, 65% or TKL. But here I have all the most popular keyboards just in their 60% layout. So we're going to talk about all of them in this video, so I'll understand that this video is going to be a little bit long. So we're going to start with the Wooting 6HE, and then we're going to go to the Apex Pro Mini, and then Razer Huntsman 53 Pro Mini, and tell you guys which is the best keyboard from first, second, to third. I'm gonna tell you guys the things about I like about them, things I don't. So yeah, hope you guys should enjoy the video, and now let's get right into the video. So the Wooting 6HE is considered one of the best gaming keyboards, mainly because one, it has really good sound. I mean, sure, it's not the best sounding keyboard, but I mean, it still gets the job done. And also, this is the only keyboard in this video that's hot swappable with any switches as well. And let's say the keycaps are PVC keycaps as well. They're nice, but I wish Wooting would add a little bit more texture to the keycaps. But I mean, they get the job done anyways. The case is entirely made out of plastic. You do not have any adjustable feet, so you're just stuck with these four rubber pads on the bottom. I mean, it moves, but like when you're gaming, it's not going anywhere. But I do have a problem with this keyboard. Is that if I like press control key like that, I don't know if you guys hear that. I'm not even putting a lot of pressure on the control key on the left. It also happens to press the mini key, even the left shift key. So yeah, that could be a problem of mine. Not 100% sure, but when I use it in game, it does not make that sound. But something to take note. The switches that come with this are the Lecker 60s, but like I said, you can hot swap them with pretty much any switch. It does have this little thing right here where you can add a strap to the keyboard. You can use the one that comes with the keyboard, or you can buy a different one if you want to. You can also remap all the keys, and that's why I have the Windows key right here, since I really don't like it when because like whenever I use this keyboard, the control key, I really don't find it comfortable, like how like with this lip right here, because oops, if this feels awkward for me, so that's why. And I put the Windows key here because like every time I play, I accidentally just press the Windows key because of the way, because of this thing right here. But the cool thing is you can change it up in any case, but personally I really don't mod anything really. I'm not a really big modding person with keyboards and stuff, but I just use a keyboard how it is, so yeah. So the switches are, like I said, are the Lecker 60s. They're fine, but they do have some rattle to them. If you know, you know. And we'll see. So yeah, I did also put different switches in it as well, so it's not gonna sound the same if I do have the Lecker 60s in them. So yeah, here is a sound test of the keyboard. let's see. The cool thing about this keyboard as well is that it has web-based software, or you can download it as well, which is nice. The software is really easy to navigate. To just have your adjustable actuation, rapid trigger, or continuous rapid trigger. You can adjust RGB, make the keyboard slightly faster with something called tachyon mode or something. But if you enable that mode, it will reduce RGB from 100% to 70%. But I always have that mode enabled anyways, or I just turn off the RGB entirely. And also, it's nice that you do not have to have the software. And the good thing about web-based software is that you do not have to have the software running in the background on your PC, which is nice. And I wish a lot of other companies would do that. I mean, smaller companies are doing it for the mice and the keyboards, like Lamzu, Pulsar, Fonmas does it for their ULX. So yeah, it's really nice to have web-based software, but also the ability to have it downloaded and not have it run in the background. So that's one positive about this keyboard. But this keyboard is $175 as well, and they do have 8HE, which is like 200 bucks. But that keyboard's slightly faster. But they did announce about a couple months ago the Wooting 6HE V2, which has actually way better performance than this keyboard. So I'll say probably save up money to get the V2, because it can be better than the original anyways, because like have better switches, and also it's easier to take off the top plates as well. You do not have to like take off screws. I mean, if you saw the video, the Wooting video about the Wooting 6HE V2, I highly recommend you go watch it. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the Wooting 6HE, and now on to the next keyboard. So here we have the Apex Pro Mini. This is the first one. This has the Omni Point 2.0 switches and not the new Omni Point 3.0 switches, and the damping film, whatever, like in the Wooting 6HE. Wait, oh, I forgot to mention the Wooting 6HE does have damping film inside of it, so yeah. But now let's talk about the Apex Pro Mini. So this keyboard released in 2022. Oh my god, it's been so long. So when this keyboard released, there was a lot of hype around it. Man, it's because the keycaps were finally better than the one that's on the original Apex Pro and Apex Pro TKL, which are ABS. And now we have PVT keycaps. Wow. It took how many years? About 2 or 3 years to actually have better keycaps, but yeah, so this keyboard I got in 2022, and let's see. So when I got this keyboard, it's like, oh, look, a better, smaller version of the Apex Pro TKL. The switches feel way better than the original Omni Point 1.0 switches. They feel slightly smoother, less scratchy. And also, you do have adjustable feet and a compartment for a keycap holder, which I have no idea where it is. What's to say? So yeah, I used this keyboard for over a year, I want to say, back then. And what was to say? So yeah, and also it's CCC, but the problem is that when this keyboard released, I think it was like a little bit more, or maybe same price as the Wooting 6HE when it released. I have no idea. But I mean, there's some similarities you can kind of see, but not as much with the original lacquer switches. These are, and here's what the switch looks like. You see, but the problem is that this keyboard's not solvable unlike the new Apex Pro Mini Gen 3. I don't understand why they call it the Apex Pro Mini Gen 3 when this has Omni Point 2.0 switches, if you know what I'm talking about. Because, let's see, so, and also this keyboard for some reason has weights in it. I did watch Diamond Lobby's review on this keyboard, or something like that, and he took part, and why is there weights in it? I have no idea. So yeah, it's kind of stupid, but I guess the way, I mean, they could put damning foam in it to make it sound better. But hey, they fixed that with the new one, right? The new one's like 219 bucks, which is stupid. This one's like what, 175 or 189? Don't really know. But yeah, so now here is the sound test of the keyboard. So it's not the best sounding keyboard, but hey, for gaming, it's, if you have a really good headset, it's gonna be just fine. But um, but like, I mean, sure, the new Apex Pro Mini sounds followable, but like, it costs the new one costs a significantly, I don't know, more than the Wooting 6HE, which is I think $175. When I'm recording this, I have no idea how much it is right now. I haven't checked any of the prices, but for some, can y'all tell me this? Whenever I got this, right, it was just called the Apex Pro Mini. A year and a half, sometime later, I go to check. It's called the Apex Pro Mini V2. But now, what's the difference between this one and the V2? Unless the V2 means Omnipoint 2.0 switches in that term, but like, why? You know what I mean? And also, the software sucks. All right, I'm sorry. It's just terrible. Why would you need to have a 3D aim trainer in your software? You can't even adjust the rapid trigger sensitivity. It doesn't even tell you what it's at. Maybe it's the highest, maybe in between, maybe the lowest. I have no idea. It doesn't even say. So it's kind of stupid. But a lot of pros do use this keyboard still, even though the software is terrible. But hey, at least you can press this and then press this, I think, to make it the lowest actuation and make this highest actuation, which is cool. But don't know how to enable the rapid trigger on this keyboard by default. So yeah, that's my problem I have with that. But it looks just like a generic looking GK61, just made by Steelseries. But hey, if you know, you know, or unless if you want, you can get the TKL version, which has a screen, or get the full size version, which also has a screen with a number pad, and both of them have wrist rests, which this one doesn't. But now onto the final keyboard. Hey guys, editing our future veins here. I just want to say before I talk about this keyboard is that the software for this keyboard, the Razer Synapse is actually pretty good, but the problem is like if you want to swap profiles, it's something you do have to have Synapse on the background. But Synapse is really alright. I mean, you can rename the profiles, change whatever, but it's just a reminder if you want to change profiles on your Razer Huntsman V3 Pro Mini, then you'll unfortunately have to have Synapse running in the background. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, I mean, it's at least better than the SteelSeries software. But yeah, now I'll be talking about the keyboard. I just recorded this edit part the, the next day because I recorded the part for the keyboard yesterday. So yeah, so that's just to keep in mind about the software. But yeah, now I'm gonna be talking about keyboard. So hope you guys enjoy it. So here we have the final keyboard, the Razer Huntsman V3 Pro Mini. And this keyboard released back in 2024, 2023 maybe a year after Apex Pro Mini. I'm not 100% sure, but this keyboard did release in a full size in TKL, and this one the 60% version. And this keyboard doesn't use Hall effect switches, unlike the other two we just talked about. So this one uses Razer's Gen 2 analog optical switches. So what that means is that it has a beam of light when you press the key down. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is probably the most like responsive keyboard out of others. Because whenever I have this set to 0.1 millimeters on the spacebar, it presses it twice. And whenever I have pressed the control key down to crouch in Fortnite, instead of crouching, it's like character will crouch and like stand up again. It's kind of crazy. So it's faster because it has optical switches or something. But I'm gonna show you guys something. Actually, no, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'll talk about that thing. So I'm gonna say it. This keyboard probably has the best feeling keycaps. They have a really nice texture to it. I don't know what Razer did, but they did a really good job on the texture on these keycaps. I'll be honest with you. These are probably one of the best feeling stock keycaps I've felt on a keyboard in a long time. I think second might be either the Apex Pro Mini or Wooting. I have no idea. So let me show you guys something. So here I have my original Razer Huntsman Mini with the red switches, right? Take a look at this. So on the edges right here. So I'm talking about this stuff. Look how thin it is on the original Razer Huntsman Mini, right? But now look at the Razer Huntsman Pro Mini. Like it is slightly thicker on this keyboard than the original. Why did Razer change it? I don't have no idea. And also, here's what I mean about the keycaps having, I'm not sure the camera can pick it up the texture, but here's what, how do I make this stupid thing brighter? But as you get, so yeah, here's what the old keycaps on the original Huntsman Mini look like. And here's what the ones on the Huntsman VC Pro Mini look like. I don't know if camera pick up, but it's slight more graininess to them. So they're slightly better. And also here is what the switch looks like. So you see, it looks way different than the Wooting 6HE switches and the Apex Pro Mini switches. Has these stabilizers, so make the keys like move less, so they're more stable instead of the keycaps just like rattling around on like the Wooting 6HE, the original electric switches. But I know a lot of people don't really like these switches because like it's just it's just really loud. But I don't know why they couldn't replicate that on the original Huntsman Mini. Which look how quiet the linear red switches are. These are the V2 linears, by the way. And here is what the Gen 2 analog optical switch sounds like. So this keyboard apparently does have damping foam in it, but like it's very thin. And here's what it sounds like. And also, let's see, the Razer Huntsman Mini with the red linear optical switches, the V2s, the original Huntsman Mini doesn't have damping foam. The only original Huntsman Mini that does have damping foam is the special edition, which only exists over here in Walmart at least. And that one does have damping foam, but this one does as well. But here's what it sounds like. How is it allowed an Apex Pro Mini that doesn't even have damping foam in it? How does that make sense? And also, the reason why they're called Gen 2 analog optical switches because there was a keyboard before called the Razer Huntsman Mini Analog, which had the Gen 1s, which went from, I believe, 1.5 to 3.8 millimeters, so slower than the original Huntsman with the red analog switches, I believe, like 1.0, 1.2. I think the Huntsman Tournament Edition had the V1s, which were slightly lighter than this, but I have no idea. I haven't tried that keyboard, also got no idea. And you do have two adjustable feet as well, like on the Apex Pro Mini, and here you have your USB-C connection. And this keyboard was $189. Alright. So I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. I'm gonna tell you guys which keyboard that's my main. It's gonna figure out, but I'm gonna say it. This one is by far my favorite. I'm sorry. Yes, I said. I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, Wooting ADC, Wooting 6 is better." I know it's a good keyboard, right? My list is this keyboard, then Wooting, and then the Steelseries. The reason why Steelseries last is because it's loud. It's louder, and the Gen 3 is like more expensive than the Huntsman Visa Pro Mini. Sure, the Wooting 6 ADC, this has hot swap. And you can change out the case and mod it with whatever you want, web-based software, blah blah blah. But well, I just rather. I mean, but the thing is, like, sure, Wooting doesn't make good keyboards, right? But I can't stand. I just can't get used to that thing, the lip right there on the bottom of the Wooting 6HE, because like it just feels so weird, like where my hand is right here, and where like, but it's like I just feel like the lip right there is just like, oh man, it just gets really distracting. I don't know, it just does really. Like, let me get the keyboard again. So here's what I'm talking about. So like, I have my hand right here, right, and I can feel like this part right here on my hand. It just feels very distracted to me. And that's what I don't really like about it. I wish it was like, I wish that lip was gone so it wouldn't distract me. But that's just me. And the reason why I don't like the Apex Pro Mini is because it's stupid to add freaking weights in a keyboard, and also $219 for a better version that's hot swap, and also sounds better. Just get a Wooting 6HE, right? And I mean, sure, all of them do have this SOCD or whatever featured all the keyboards call it, rapid snappy. Well, don't know what SteelSeries calls theirs, but this is my main keyboard, and yeah, so it might be my main keyboard for a long time. Sure, the sound isn't the greatest, but if you do have a really good headset, you're really not gonna notice it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll have more content this week. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys later.